What up, guys? It's your boy. My name is Jacob. Today we're going to be talking about my personal media usage. And yes, this may be a little odd, not your average typical presentation giver. I think this will be able to hold you guys' attention span just a little bit longer. So come dive in with me. All right, first things first. I want to start out by saying media fasting is extremely healthy and it's really good for you. And if you haven't done it, especially for this assignment, I recommend you try it. If it's something you've never done before, I highly recommend it. It's something that I do at least once a week. Well, try to at least once a week. Sometimes it ends up being once a month. But hey, what can you do? Can't knock a guy for a try, right? Taking a break from all forms of media consumption has several benefits, to your mental health, your physical health. I'll just list off a few simple reasons why. For one, we're reducing stress and anxiety. Especially as a college student, we suffer from anxiety. We have a lot of stress, and it's natural. It's normal. I'm sure Professor Rocky has his own stress and anxiety himself. Number two, we're talking about improving sleep. Okay, if you're one of those people who scroll endlessly and aimlessly, or check in on my social medias before I go to bed, is one of those things that if you are fasting from that, you will see instant results in your sleep and improvement in your sleep. Number three, we're looking at boosted productivity. Now, that can be anything. That can be from watering the garden to writing an essay. We're talking about physical activity, being productive in anything outside of electronics. Now, number four, Photon promotes mindfulness, okay? Mindfulness. It's one of those things where if we're always constantly on our phones, we're always constantly scrolling, we're always constantly consuming, then we are not being very mindful of our own thoughts. And I think that is extremely valuable. And so if you do media fast, you will see instant results in your mindfulness. Your mind will become less cluttered. And coming in at number five, okay, we're talking about encouraging creativity. I know a lot of us are just consumers, and that's fine. That's cool. The other majority are creatives. And I think personally, we were put on this earth to create things, and we were supposed to be creative. That's just the name of the game for me. I think an overall social media fast, or just media fast in general, whether that's TV, the newspaper, the radio, whatever type of media you indulge in, I think fasting from that is going to encourage you to be more creative and be outside of your normal self and do something that might shock you and surprise you. So overall, to media fasting, it's really a great way to improve your all-around well-being. It's going to reduce negative impacts and constant media consumption. It's important to find a balance that works for you, whether that means taking a complete break like we just did for 24 hours, or some of us did for 24 hours. It's important to find a balance between your everyday real life and your everyday social media life. It's all going to come back full circle. It's like having a well-balanced diet. And so it's the same thing when it comes to media consumption. To me, I think fasting from media at least once a week, once a month, once every so often, digging your feet into the ground and really grounding yourself is something that's very beneficial as a human being. So I enjoyed this experiment personally. I don't know about you guys, but I personally enjoyed this experiment. So now I'm going to get into some statistics with you, if you don't mind. All right. Okay, not proud to say, but it is what it is. Such is life. Check this out. Okay, I'll start off with my weekly average, then I'll get down to the daily, into the assignment. But to start off with my weekly average, okay, my weekly screen time average of last week was 7 hours and 38 minutes. And that total screen time for the entire week was 53 hours and 26 minutes. When you say it like that, it sounds like you're wasting your life. Sounds like you're just completely throwing your life away. It's over 7 days, so you kind of cut yourself some slack. Now when I get into my assignment here for the daily average, okay, so I did mine for Monday. And you guys are probably going to judge me so hard when I tell you this. I spent 14 hours and 30 minutes on my phone that day. And I'll tell you why, okay? My birthday. Okay, Sunday's my birthday. So Saturday night into Sunday is my birthday. The following day, I'm on my phone constantly replying, responding, I'm posting, I'm doing this and that. So that's why I spent so much time on my phone on that Monday. I typically never do that. 14 hours, That's just wasting my life. It's completely throwing my life away. Instagram was 6 hours and 46 minutes for that day. TikTok, 2 hours and 45 minutes that day. Twitter was 1 hour and 9 minutes that day. WhatsApp was 1 hour and 8 minutes. Photos was 32 minutes. Messages, 20 minutes. Splice, 10 minutes. And CapCut, 10 minutes. On that day alone, I picked up my phone 39 times. And I probably would have picked it up a lot more if I wasn't on it for 14 hours straight, it felt like, which is just wild to me. It's nuts. It is what it is. Notifications that day was 107. Now getting into the fun stuff, okay? So for that next 24 hours, after I spent 14 hours on my phone, the next 24 hours, I decided to completely disconnect myself from everything. Social media, messaging, emails, TV. I mean, I didn't even watch the playoffs, for crying out loud. Did no scrolling, no posting, and I'm not gonna lie, at first, it's tough, right? Because we're so used to the pickup, we're so used to checking, we're so used to, even if it's just checking the time, right? We're so used to having that dopamine hit. Every time we pick up the screen, it's a little bit of a dopamine hit. So whenever I had a spare moment, my instinct was to react and, reach for my phone and check my feeds, but I didn't allow myself. As the day went on, I found more and more time for mental clarity and other things like that. So here's my daily breakdown, okay? I went for a walk. I always go for a morning walk. That's not up for debate. Every morning, no matter what, I'm up, stretching, and went for a walk. Then I came back, read a book. I have quite a few that I enjoy reading, but I have one that's a quick read that I read every so often. I come back and refresh it. It's called As a Man Thinketh. If any of you are book junkies and like to read, it's like a 75-page book. You can finish it in a few hours. But it's a great read, and it reminds you of the mental clarity that you need and to get away from the electronics. I was able to catch up on some work. I've been really behind in school and things like that because I'm a professional athlete. I play professional basketball in Germany, and most of my time is spent in the gym. And I also coach a high school varsity team here. So most of my time is really spent focused on my career, and it takes up a lot of my time. My overall experience with this experiment, top tier. Okay, top tier. I'm actually super glad I'm in this class and we were able to do this. I think it's a great experiment for people to do. It's a great reminder for me to be more mindful of my social media usage. I don't think I will ever completely give up social media. To me, it's just a reminder that it is key to have quality boundaries. Okay, you need to set limits for your screen time and things like that. So there's got to be some sort of limitation, some sort of boundary. Because, like I said, it's a dopamine hit every time we look at the screen, every time we refresh, every time we scroll up, we look at something new. It's a huge dopamine hit. So I think finding a balance is key. You might be surprised at how much more productive and creative you might be along the way and in the process. What works for me is probably not going to work for you. What works for you is probably not going to work for me. That's just how it goes in life. To sum this up, I am a media junkie, okay? I gotta get my fix, guys. So I'm gonna get off and get on. You feel me? It's all jokes, guys. It's all jokes. I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. My name is Jacob. I'm out.